There we were, heading east across the Atlantic Ocean, stowaways on a giant airborne fortress. Though time was short, we made sure to study up on our unknowing host, Arpeggio. While attending a prestigious boarding school, the young Arpeggio excelled in all subjects, but he never managed to keep up with the other boys physically. Sadly, his wings, due to their small size, were useless for flight. Furious at his feeble body, he focused his powerful mind to search for a cure in the works of the Italian Renaissance masters. Their notebooks provided the springboard for this sinister young genius, and it wasn't long before the Claw Gang took him on as chief inventor. His talents must have been at work repurposing all the clockwork parts for their criminal schemes, and now this mastermind is in possession of all the parts. It's only a matter of time before he puts them back together, and when that happens, well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
What is up, everybody? It is Wreaker, and yeah, it happened again. So I may have streamed and didn't check the audio settings, and Windows decided to just completely mess up my microphone. So luckily the game audio did record. But yeah, now I'm having to go back through all the footage that I streamed on Saturday night and try to recreate some audio. So I won't be talking about the same things, and there may be some footage cut. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of just winging this. Such is the life Such is the life of someone just starting out in content creation, I guess. As you can see, I got one of my favorite power-ups. It's actually way more useful in game number 3, because you get it earlier in game number 3. But it's still very, very useful in movement and all that. I have a very itchy nose, I don't know why. But it's called Feral Pounce, and it's silent, so you can almost use it as a silent run if you time it well enough. And yeah, I was waiting. I couldn't remember how long it was. I remember I messed up that interaction, and then I just struggled heavily getting that clue bottle, because the hitbox for that jump pad, some of the jump boost pads that are in the game, you have to walk on top of them to activate. No, this one you just have to walk on the side. And got a nice necklace there. Get rid of the guard. I do find it funny how all the worlds except this one have very different visually different guards. However, in this one, really the only difference between the flashlight guards and the rooftop guards is the flashlight guards are rooftop guards with stilts with a cannon and a flashlight. That's pretty much the only difference. And one fun thing these guards, or the guards in this level set, have is I like to use the voltage attack gadget, because it can be pseudo-silent. Like, it can alert guards, but it's a one-shot kill on guards. Well, some of these guards, it doesn't actually zap them, it just instantly KOs them, but it does it nice and loud. So in this world, it is better to actually not try. Yeah, I think, yeah, just like that. It does create a little bit more noise. Also, those drone things are essentially the ducks that pop out of outhouses of this level, or the coyote statues from a couple previous episodes ago. Don't know how that guard didn't see me, to be honest, considering I went through his face. But I'll take it. And yeah, we gotta wait on a super slow fan. Which I don't know why there's a fan in this exact location, because it makes absolutely no sense. Because what is it trying to steer? Regardless, we do have a mission right in between all the guards here. And it's a recon mission.
My instruments have picked up large magnetic fields radiating from inside that blimp.
And we gotta get to a blimp. And this is the only time we can actually get to that blimp in this game.
That's where you'll find it.
Sounds good. I'm on my way.
Don't waste any time here, Sly. Get to the blimp and take some recon photos. To build a plan, we need to know how close they are to reviving Clockwork.
Relax, Bentley. I've got it under control.
But yeah, it's the only time you can get over to that blimp, because after this mission, the balloon I'm climbing on moves position ever so slightly. And this blimp moves a little further out and up. So you can't actually glide over here, even with you get a mega jump gadget later. You can't even get over here with that. So I don't know why that decision was made, considering you can get into a lot of the previous areas in the game.
I had no idea they could reassemble Clockwork so fast.
But I guess it's because they didn't have any hidden areas or
might be in one piece,
other
but
interesting
it doesn't appear
stuff.
to be, you know, alive.
And
Let's stick to the format
this
here.
blimp technically
about some
does
recon
like
photos?
lose half of the
You're
front
right.
of it at the end of
We
this
need to
mission.
be informed to create a plan of action.
So that
Try to
may
get a shot
also
of
factor into it.
Clockwork's head, a mech egg, and one of those spinning magnetic inducers. They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the guards. If you get detected, we won't have time for a second chance.
Oh yeah, we'll have fun with those magnetic inducers here in a few minutes. But yeah, one thing I did bring up is Bentley says I need a picture of those eggs. And do you see eggs on the screen?
Magnetic inducers seem to be holding the Clockwork
Ignore the
parts
fact that I was
together.
struggling to catch pictures here, but you don't actually see the eggs from your current vantage point. And the camera does like to mess with you a little bit. But the eggs are way back in there, and you actually can't zoom in enough from that spire jump. The game actually does make you like take a picture from down there, essentially in the middle of the patrol.
I'm
And you
sensing
sneak forward and you
radioactivity
get
from
it.
inside those mech eggs.
I'm still wondering how
I
Bentley
wouldn't get
saw
too
those.
close.
The reason I bring it up is I don't know if it's mentioned in like developer notes or something. I'm actually like trying to find developer commentary and stuff on the series, which it's hard to find. I wish there was an art book. Unfortunately, all you can find is like scraps of concept art and stuff like that from the game series. So I'm honestly trying to
Clockwork
get some
appears
put together
completely inanimate. We
for
still might
personal
have a
use.
chance.
And eventually I may
detecting
share it
voices
if
from
enough of the
front of
community
blimp. I think
wants
it's
it.
Arpeggio.
Oh yeah, it's like you can definitely tell who the voices are considering how they're fully rendered in.
Neela? Neela's here too!
Another plot twist.
I can't believe it! She must have been working with Arpeggio all along! mastermind
Because the
behind
door
this
frame had to
blimp
shift to get
and
a
the source
picture of
all
Arpeggio.
our problems. I don't need to study those photos to see the writing
I
on
wouldn't
the
say the
wall.
source of all the
Clearly,
problems.
Neela and Arpeggio have conspired
I would say the source of the
together
problems would
to
actually be
rebuild
Clockwork, because
Clockwork.
if he
And
wasn't
it looks
around,
like they're
then
dangerously
his parts
close
wouldn't
to
be around.
realizing their goal.
Look, Bentley, I know it's not your style, but I need a quick plan of attack. Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled.
Well, those magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts together. If you reverse their
I
polarity,
have music
it
stuck in my
should
head.
pull Clockwork apart. Unfortunately, the inducer speed control station is locked down tight. Pickpocket keys for the 4 patrolling guards to get at it. Then you'll need to manually reverse the polarity of each inducer deck at the top of their rotation.
Consider it done.
Another reason that Barrel Pounce I wish came earlier in this game, you can get a lot of extra length on your jumps. Unfortunately, you can't do it from a spire jump. It would be very, very useful for that. And yeah. You can, like, pickpocket all the guards without taking them out, but they tend to get in the way of each other. So if you have silent obliteration, it's just best to take the guards out. Then they're not an issue, especially in the next part if you keep failing your jumps. And last guard.
Now get to the speed control station
Easy
to slow
as
down
pie.
the spinning inducers.
And yeah, I forgot where I was actually supposed to go for a minute here. I was getting ahead of myself. And then I remember, oh yeah, I actually have to turn the speed down so I can hop on those platforms. So then I got over to the speed control thing on attempt 2. It's amazing how Sly can pick out the right key for each lock first time. Either that or the lock and key just disintegrate and they're all universal. But that may be me trying to fit logic into a video game. Which we all know video games do not contain logic. Man. So it's just activating the 4 platforms here. And I figured, oh yeah, I'll just jump this way and hopefully catch the platform on its next cycle. But no, my internal timings were off. But I did find out that you can still hit the switch on that. So that works. And yeah, this is the annoying part of the level because you have to wait on these platforms a lot. Because you can really only get on them at one point. And if you get out of cycle like I was there, you gotta wait for the thing to come all the way around. And then if you miss, like that, you gotta wait an entire cycle again. And you feel shame. So it was real 1-2 punch there. You can tell I have a great attention span. Yeah, that ends the job, and then goes into like 5 minutes of cutscenes.
What's all this then? The magnets have been reversed. But, by Jove, it seems to have locked the clockwork parts into place. Excellent.
Sly Cooper! Of course this would be your doing.
Ah, Mr. Cooper. No doubt you believed a reversal would pull the old bird apart, eh? But it seems to have had quite the opposite effect. I'm truly grateful. When fully powered up, I'll join myself to its circuit and be born anew!
All this because you can't fly. You're pathetic.
Immortality! Immortality is what I seek. The other Claw Gang members were much too short-sighted. They were satisfied using the clockwork parts to drive their various trivial schemes. But not me. No. I saw them for what they really were. The keys to life eternal.
So, what? You had Neela put me on the scent back in Cairo, and then waited while I stole the parts from the other Claw Gang members, all the while not arousing any suspicion that you were behind it all?
You make it sound easy, Cooper. I had to carry your pathetic gang through that first set of heists. I was overjoyed when Arpeggio let me toss you in jail. I could finally go after the parts myself.
Ah, but acquiring all the parts was only half the equation. Think, Cooper. What kept Clockwork alive for thousands of years?
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
Splendid! That's right. Hatred. Putting his gears and wires together was child's play, compared with accumulating that much hatred.
You can't make people hate.
Oh, my poor naive boy. My meticulous mind has found a way. As your hippopotamus friend will attest, spice consumption makes you both angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist extraordinaire, devised a way to command people through the use of flashing lights. I've created this Blimp to be a massive transmitter of those precise light frequencies. The only problem I faced was finding a suitable source of light waves.
The Northern Lights. You've been collecting Northern Light energy so you could hypnotize everyone beneath the Blimp.
Ah, hypnotize those who'd eaten food covered in illegal spice. Thank goodness for Dimitri. Through his nightclub, he got the whole city to consume the spice.
You're going to Paris to unleash a hypnotic light show of hate. That's outlandishly cruel.
Cruel, perhaps, but necessary to give Clockwork his spark of immortality. Ah well, my new body awaits me. Be a dear, Neela, and keep him covered. Ta-ta!
Stupid Arpeggio. I double-crossed the Cooper gang, Interpol, and Carmelita. What made you think I wouldn't do the same to you?
And yeah, big surprise, surprise. The double crosser double crosses yet again. I will say,
This is
even in
preposterous.
his limited screen
You're my
time, they wrote
protégé,
Arpeggio
not
as
the
a
next
great
candidate for
villain.
my
I
immortality.
just wish that he had
demand
gotten,
you exit the Clockwork frame
oh,
or
a better ending. But
Behold, Clockla is
the one we
born!
got was pretty good. It's just, I would have liked to actually have fought him myself. But yeah. So, that is the end of the recon mission. And it's going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to let this cutscene play through. And I'm going to get to narrate the next few
Things are looking
parts.
grim.
Until
Neela
then,
has
let
joined
chaos reign.
herself to the Clockwork frame, and the Union has produced Clockla. She's out and free to terrorize the world. This Blimp is still in motion to Paris. I can only assume Arpeggio's autopilot will activate the hate hypnosis light show. If that happens, there'll be no stopping Clockla. She'll be immortal. But we still have a chance. In her new form, she'll need to draw a lot of energy from this blimp's engines to stay strong. If we can disable the engines, that should be enough to weaken her to a state in which we can attack. Getting at these engines will require all three of us to work together in perfect harmony. We've pulled off some tough jobs in the past, but they were just the warm-up round for what we'll be going through tonight.